Hey guys, Blacklight here, and this is, well, again, this is not Minecraft, and I'm recording this. This is League of Legends. I've been playing it a lot recently, and it's a ton of fun. I'm still new with the game. I'm going to attempt to explain what's happening. Anyone who's experienced in the game will know know what's happening themselves, so it shouldn't matter if I'm explaining it terribly. And new players, well, you should appreciate, or someone who's never played it, you should appreciate that I'm doing this at all, because I don't know what I'm doing. Um, so in this game, it's a 5v5 game. At least that's the most common game type that they do. I'm just going to let it go direct to camera while everyone's just getting set in their lanes. And normally what you do is you'll have two people on the bottom lane here. You'll have one person in the middle, and either two top or one top, and one person that roams around what's called the jungle and tries to go assist lanes and pick off kills. Excuse me for any sounds I make. I'm getting a cough, and I want to do this now before it gets any worse. Actually, I might need to mute my mic periodically. So, up in the top lane, that's me right there. And I'm actually going to pause for 1 sec, because I got to clear my throat. Okay, sorry about that. Up in the top lane, it's going to be me as Voli-RAWR versus a Cho'Gath, and we're already, you can see Blue Light, someone from Tim Gaming, come up to help gank. Let's watch that. And that's a gank is when the jungle will come up or anyone comes up to try to pick off a kill. We don't get the kill here because we can't turret dive. Turret diving, actually no, we do get the kill, I forgot. Blue Light does get the kill, and you can see I got the assist gold. Blue Light does get killed by the turret, unfortunately. So I'm up here in top lane versus a Cho'Gath. Blue Light is their jungler as Hecarim. What's this guy? His name's Rammus, isn't it? I think it's Rammus. We'll just go with Rammus. Rammus is our mid. Or no, sorry, he's bot support. Our mid is Wesley as Anivia. And Wesley doesn't do terrible in this game, but he doesn't do great. And this is either, I think it's his first time playing Anivia, although I think he mentioned it might be his second. So it's a new character for him, and he doesn't do terrible. So, I mean, don't expect him to do amazing, because no one, unless you're really good, does amazing when you're first starting a new champion. You can see they have a Voli-RAWR, and their Vi is their jungler, and they have a Voli-RAWR, and I actually forget who their other bottom is, Ashe. And we have a Vayne, and Rammus will be coming down to help bottom soon. So now let's watch the game. Again, I don't know a whole lot about this game. I'll try to explain as best I can. It's hard to cover everything because it's, I'm not gonna say complicated, but it's there's a lot to it. It's not that hard to get a hang of though, really. I'm gonna be focusing on me a little bit because I can actually explain what I'm doing better. If I see anything happen, I'll go over to other lanes. These little guys are called minions. I actually don't want directed camera. Please stop doing that. Thank you. And minions pretty much are there. The best purpose they have is you can kill the enemy minions for gold, and that's the best way really to get gold early game. What you want to do is last hit minions. When they're almost dead, you want to hit them once with your basic attack, and then you get gold for them. Unless you hit the final blow, you don't actually get any gold for it. And they're also good because turrets, if there's no enemy champions around, they'll attack the minions first, so the minions can tank the turret damage when they do massive amount of damage, especially early game, while you attack the turret. So here, he's pushed up, and I'm down a little bit of health, but the cool thing about Voli-RAWR's passive, my passive is when I drop below 30% health, I recover 30% of my health, and there what I did, that's called a poke, when you just do a small amount of damage just to try to build up damage over time on them. But Cho'Gath is annoying in the fact that if he does a certain attack on an enemy minion, or anyone, I don't even know if it's a special attack, it might just be his basic attack, he gains health, so it's kind of hard to poke him. But he's pushed up on my turret, and Vi is here. When you kill these types of monsters that are at these camps, you get special buffs. I don't exactly know what each of them do, because I've never jungled before, but I know one of them like gives you mana regen, one of them's either health regen or something like that, or attack speed, something like that. I don't know exactly what. So here, Cho'Gath is pushed up, like I mentioned. This is a disadvantage for him, because that means that I can kill minions pretty safely, while if he tries to push up and get some minion kills, like any farther than he is right now, I can pull him towards the turret, because one of my abilities here, Rolling Thunder, I get speed buff, and when I attack someone, I throw them over my head. You might see in a sec here, I might not do it though. And what I did there is I roared because I'm a bear. RAWR. Let's see what's happening. I think blue's about to gank mid. Let's watch this. I'm not going to explain the whole what type of characters go in what lane because I don't really understand. Oh, something happened up here too. So I'm attacking Cho'Gath, and I do believe I get the kill here. So I think I finished him off with my bite there. Yeah, I did. My attack called Frenzy. It gives me attack speed bonus, and after I get 3 hits in a row, I get this bite that does just stupid. Just read that there. It does a base when it's maxed out. It's 260 right now. It's 170 because I've only leveled it to 3 out of 5. It deals 170 plus a bunch of plus 15% of your bonus health, which I don't have any right now, but since I play tank Voli-RAWR, I get a lot of health. So normally it does about 500 based on the 260, and then I get about 250 from 15% of my bonus health most of the time. Plus the percent that they're missing, like 1% ability power, what is it? 1% damage for each 1% health they're missing. So if they're low, it will kill them very easily. So it's kind of ridiculous. So once they get low, all I have to do is click that, and they're done. And then my ultimate just makes me have lightning claws for a certain amount of seconds, and when I hit near champions, it also, the damage leaps to, like, jumps over to other champions too. So in a team fight, it's really good because it can just jump to every single one of the enemy champions, or I think I can do 4 people, so I can go to almost all of them. So early game, normally this will happen. You see, we've gotten 3 kills, and they've gotten 1. And that's the gold count. With gold, you can buy items at the shop. You can see what everyone has down there in the bottom. And what do I have at this point? I picked up a giant spell, because what I built first is a Warmogs, just to get that early health, which increases my bite by a lot. So that's always really nice. Is Vayne going to die? Vayne used Flash, which is a summoner spell, to get away there, and then she has heal for some reason, which is really stupid. Cho'Gath pushed up again because he's an idiot. Where's Wesley? He's coming back up, and Blue's grabbing a buff here. Those are called the Wraiths. And then he might gank, who knows. I'm gonna go back to directed camera because it probably knows where to be better than I do. We'll just let it do its thing. What are you doing? Oh, I was touching the bottom of the screen. My bad. Again, I've not messed around with spectator mode very much, so this is new to me. Looks like Vi is down here to gank bottom. I don't know if she's been seen yet, but she's hiding in a bush there. Rammus is back down on bottom with Vayne. Oh, something's happening. That Rammus is probably screwed. He's under level 2. At level 6, you get your ultimate, so I picked up my ultimate quite a bit ago here. My ultimate is not friendly to enemy. It's pretty mean. Especially since I get, from Frenzy, the attack speed bonus. You know, since it applies to my basic attack. If my basic attack is attacking really quickly and my basic attack does a lot of damage, I do a lot of damage. Especially with the whole chaining thing. So, yeah, Turk gets taken. Rams is probably screwed here. Ass misses her ultimate there, which is a giant arrow that does a lot of damage and also freezes the enemy for a considerable amount of time. If that arrow had hit, he would have been totally screwed. I don't know if he is anyway. Looks like he might... No, he's going back in. What are you doing? That Voli-RAWR is probably going to get away. He has the same passive as me. So you can see that massive health regen there that he had. Just gaining so much health. Vi barely survives. Rammus is an idiot and goes back in. Probably going to get picked off. Or not. Nope. Gets back in again. Is he going to die? No, he's good. Wesley up here on mid. Again, I barely know what I'm talking about, so excuse any derps, any things I miss, any stupid things I say, if you actually know what you're talking about in this game. I am still fairly new, and I'm getting used to everything. Blue light here is Hecarim, who's the champion that's based on speed a lot, and actually I believe his basic attack scales on speed. And he has like charge and stuff like that. Like he just gains massive speed. So you don't really run away from him. And he's very good with Hecarim. I believe it's one of his favorite champions. Here I engaged Cho'Gath, but I believe he used his Nom Nom on me, which is something that makes him grow bigger and get more health temporarily. It's really crazy. If he gets enough minion kills with his Nom Nom, it's scary. He will tank an entire team very easily. So there I had to back off because I was low health. I believe I was telling Blue on Ventrilo to come up and help me get him because he's gonna try to push the turret soon, or at least I thought he was. I don't know if he ended up doing it or not. Katarina gets away from blue there. Oh, they're going up to gank mid. I forget if Wesley's okay. I think he gets taken out. Was there 4 people? Yeah, there's 4 people on him out of the 5. So he might not do so well. Down here I've placed a ward, and a ward just gives you vision in an area. That's very useful. Wesley's probably totally screwed down there. Yeah. Bye, Wesley. Poor Wesley. Poor birdie. What else? I'm waiting till the actual interesting, besides the laning phase, as this is called, is when pretty much you're just trying to take, normally the goal in the laning phase is to just at least take their first turret, which is the one that those guys are working on there, and they've already had theirs taken. Once all the first turrets are taken, it kind of starts to move out of laning phase. I don't really think there's any specific reasoning for it happening besides people just saying, hey, we need to all go this one lane and push it really quickly, and then it just ends up being team fights most of the time from then on out, and you know, going everywhere on the map as opposed to going a set lane. So you notice I haven't pushed up on this turret at all. We'll watch here for a sec. Blue's coming up to gank. It should head over there. Yeah, good directed camera. So blue comes up to gank. I use my throw to get Cho'Gath back over me. I believe I slow him here with fatigue. Yeah, I fatigued him there. I do believe he still gets away though. It's okay. We don't get to watch the rest of that. I have flash and fatigue as my summoner spells. Flash lets me, you know, teleport away, and fatigue slows an enemy. I think it's a pretty good combo. Bottom lane getting absolutely destroyed. Vi spent a lot of time down there, and the Rammus was not very good. The Vayne was only adequate, so it didn't end up too well. Cho'Gath farming some minions up here. That's what it's called, farming minions. Getting some gold because he's certainly not getting any kills on me. Wahaha. You can see all the scores down here. It's kills, then deaths, then assists. So I am 1-0 right now. Not bad for Voli-RAWR. Is kind of an interesting champion. He has a lot of what's I believe it's called utility, where his attacks don't do a stupid amount of damage, a lot of them, but they have really good aspects in them for helping your teammates kill the champion. My throw is a great example of this. It doesn't do much damage, but it brings the enemy back towards me and possibly a teammate, so the teammate can get a kill or I can get the kill. And that's you know, that attack and that ability isn't really as important for the damage. It really does almost no damage, especially later game. It's really pretty insignificant. But what it does do is, like you see there, he's running away, but now it's harder for him to run away because he got pushed back behind me, so he has to walk past me to get out. There, Vi goes up for a gank. Just in time, probably saved Cho'Gath there. I don't know if we would have had him anyway. Blue's coming up to counter gank. That's what I like to call it. Rammus is probably screwed because he's an idiot. There's blue light being blue light. I believe I do pick up a double kill there. There, I activated my lightning claw ability, and yeah, it's not friendly. And blue light charged in there with just absolutely wrecked them. Just his first initial strike, just this huge sweep, does a ton of damage. So now I wait till now to push up on the towers. You see, he's been exposed this whole time, getting killed, and now that I've gotten some kills under my belt, and blue light's now up there, we go up for the tower. I don't need to push the tower early if we get it now. So it's not about taking turrets early, it's about taking them and not let them take yours. How quickly you take them isn't necessarily as important. At least it's how I view it. So let's take a look at the scores here. Blue Light and I are the only ones with kills on our team at this particular moment. We both have 3 kills. Enemy team has the same number of kills, but they have it spread a little bit more evenly, although I don't really call that evenly. For items, I'm building health. What I need to make a Giant's Belt, or not a Giant's Belt, a Warmogs, is a Giant's Belt, a Ruby Crystal, and 2 something beads. I forget what they're called. Not anal beads, something else. And those just give you faster health regen, and then I can make a Warmogs. You don't need to buy the sub-ingredients. It's just good to, because then you get the effects of the items before you actually buy the huge item, so it's normally preferable to buy the the smaller items first. Here Blue Lights gets taken out because I thought he could get away, but Vi used her, I believe it was her ult, where she dashes up and knocks him in the air, which I was not quite expecting. So unfortunately I could not save him. Although I don't know if I would have done much good either. She probably would have just gotten a double kill. So their Voli-RAWR, you can see their Voli-RAWR doesn't have any kills, and you can see how much less health he has than I do. Although health isn't the only measure of how tanky you are, there's also armor and magic resist, which I normally save to get till the end. I like to focus on health first. Let's see, I have 2,000 max health. This Voli-RAWR has 1,100. So yeah, that's how much difference 2 kills can make. And I've also got 3 kills and 2 assists now. So the directed camera come back. Oh, it's already on. Slightly at a loss for words. I think pretty soon here we're gonna get out of the laning phase. Although if I remember, there was a pretty long laning phase in this game. And the only reason we didn't win this game pretty quickly, it's a 40-minute game if I remember correctly. The only reason we didn't win it a lot earlier is because our bottom lane just got wrecked and the Ashe got pretty fed. Fed's the term for just all in all getting a lot of gold, but generally refers to them getting a lot of champion kills. You don't generally refer to someone who has a lot of minion kills as particularly fed. They technically are by the definition of the word, but you more consider it when they have a ton of champion kills. I would try to explain people's abilities, but I don't know them that well myself. So I feel like I'd probably do a pretty bad job there. I know Cho'Gath is in the bush. I told him I had no idea Vi was there, so this ended up being kind of interesting. While they're busy chasing blue, they completely ignore me, which is a mistake, because nice thing about Voli-RAWR, and actually I'm going to buy Vi next because she's kind of similar to me. The thing about Vi and Voli-RAWR, they have good defense like just generic in general. They get a lot of health and they're good to build with health and defense and stuff like that. But they also do a lot of damage, and their abilities are generally pretty damage based. So if you build tank with that type of character, which is what I like to do, not only do you get a lot of health, but you also still have a decent amount of damage. So you're the tank, and normally you want to just stand in front and try to protect your more squishy, as it's called, characters who are pretty easy to kill but do a lot of damage. Your job is more to go up and just kind of tank all the damage. Even if you die, if your team wins the team fight, you did your job. Because your job is to make sure your characters who do all of your damage don't die. Example of this would be Vayne, even though she doesn't do that well in this game. If Vayne had done better, she would have probably done the most damage on our team, although I think Blue Light ends up being the person who does most of the damage on our team. And I'd want to just make sure the enemy doesn't get to Vayne, and I'm pretty good at doing that, because like I said, my abilities have a lot of utility. Let's click on me and check out my abilities. I have the Frenzy, which that's just basically damage based. Majestic Roar is a slow, which is extremely useful. So if my teammate's being chased, I can just go ahead and slow them, and then hopefully my teammate can get away or I can get away. And then I also obviously have my throw. So if an enemy's chasing my teammate and I'm chasing the enemy, I can throw them over my head and put them really far away from my teammate. So I'm pretty good at what's called. Oh, I don't know if those abilities really apply to this, but you want to have a front wall, as it's called. You pretty much want to put some characters who tank a lot of the damage out in front, for the same reason I stated earlier. And if they can get past you or kill the tanks really quickly, normally you're going to lose, because if you don't have tanks to tank the damage for your squishy characters, no matter how much damage they do, they're going to die. But like I said, that's why I like characters like Voli-RAWR, because while I do tank a ton of damage, if I need to, I can kill an enemy or two, because just the damage I do. With my ult and Frenzy mostly are my two main damage things. I'll normally throw my ulti down after a few hits so that they, I'll normally hit them with a few attacks before I activate my ult just so they don't run away too quick. Because if they see me activate that, they might think, well, I'm getting out of here. So I normally wait a little bit till they're a little bit lower, although really I would kill them quicker if I didn't, but I just don't want to risk them running away if it's a 1v1 fight or something. Then I activate my ultimate, which does, a lot of damage, especially if Frenzy is at max stacks, which is 3, which means I've just hit them 3 times, so I'm attacking really fast. And then once they get even semi-low, I'll activate my actual Frenzy ability. And the thing about Frenzy is it does more damage the lower they are, so it's better to wait. So there you can see I threw Voli-RAWR back towards my team, and that's how we ended up getting the kill. So now that the Voli-RAWR's taken care of, they're down a man, and we can... I don't remember exactly how this team fight ends up. Vi probably gets taken out. There you go. Blue gets a double kill. I'm getting pretty low on health. I'm trying to draw off some enemies. Blue Light's chasing down Katarina there. I'm dealing with Cho'Gath in the bush, just kind of being annoying to him. Wesley's probably going to die, yeah. And now with all the characters dead but Cho'Gath and Ashe, yeah, they didn't come out of that too well, but unfortunately they do pick up a kill because that Rammus is an idiot. And Blue Light, I think he just went to go recover some health or something. I was not really paying attention in-game or when this just happened now. So this is what obviously you can see we're starting to get out of the laning phase. We just had all of our characters all in the same spot, which normally is like, hey, stop laning because stop. So you can see the scores down in the bottom. I'm 5-0 at this point. That doesn't last very long. I get a death pretty quick here. I'll let you, spoiler alert. Blue's doing really well, 7-2, and the rest of our team still does not have a kill. Well, their team has a much more even spread of kills. Blue Light picking up Cho'Gath here. Yeah, you just don't run away from him. The thing is, he can attack when he's moving like that and not have to stop, which is makes him pretty deadly when he's chasing an enemy. See, they're getting ready for another team fight here. And Blue Light, even though he was just over here, is now just over here because he's Hecarim, and Hecarim goes anywhere he wants very quickly. So, I know if we engage right now we're screwed because Wesley, who should be a pretty high damage character with his abilities, pretty much there's 2 types of damage characters. You have characters called AP characters, and you can build characters different ways depending on your playstyle. But there's characters that lend themselves more towards doing ability power damage, which is when your abilities that you have do a lot of damage. And you have characters whose basic attacks do a lot of damage, and normally their abilities somehow improve their basic attack. So you want to build things like attack speed and lifesteal, which when you hit people with your basic attack, you get life back, and that helps you not die. And then obviously just straight up damage. And then you have characters like me who build more health and defense-like items. And then there are certain rare characters that build AP and AD. I forget what term is used. I don't really remember, but yeah. So unfortunately here, normally when team fights break out, most of them take place in mid lane because, as you can see from the minimap here, it's a lot shorter than the rest of the lanes. So you can get back into the action pretty quick, so normally team fights end up taking place in mid. And they have our first mid turret here, and we don't have theirs. You can still see it's alive here. So we're at a disadvantage when it's coming to the team fights, because all they have to do is move back to just past halfway and they're safe, and we have to get all the way back here. So they have the advantage in that regard in the team fight, but we have the advantage in the fact that Blue Light and I just kill everything. And nice thing about Wesley, even though at this point he's not fed, so he's not doing a lot of damage. He still has slow, so you just saw him there. He probably just saved my life there. I might not have lived if he hadn't done that. So that's always really useful. Blue Light charging in there because he's Hecarim and he can get away from things like that. I believe this is my first death right here. I activate Thunderclaws because at that point I don't even try to run, because I know if I try to run I'm going to die anyway, so I figure I'll do as much damage and soak up as much damage as I can for my team. Because unfortunately I think Blue dies here as well. No, he's fine. Because unfortunately Yeah, there was no way I was getting away from that. Even if I just started walking out, they would have, especially with Ashe there. I don't. Was she in that fight? I think she was. She has a bunch of slows that she has, so she would have slowed me, and I never would have gotten away. It wasn't even worth it. So I just stayed and did as much damage as I could. That's my first death of several that occur through the rest of the game, because now it's getting to the point where I can't just juke around enemies in my lane and pick off kills there and just not die and not worry about having to tank damage. Now that we're going into team fights, my role is not as much the damage role, although I do still do a freaking ton of damage. My role is more to soak up the damage, like I said, so I end up getting some deaths here. It's normally better if I die than the rest of my team. I should technically be the first person to die if someone's going to die in the team fight. Although I don't know if that's as true. I'm pretty sure I was doing more damage than Vayne was. Okay, direct to camera. Let's not look at someone killing a monster. Again, let's not look at someone killing a monster, please. But coming up here to squash this Voli-RAWR. My cops being pretty good. This is nice. What Blue just did there, although he didn't follow it out, was called a turret dive. When you attack someone on their turret, unless you know you can take them out pretty quick, it's a pretty stupid idea, because even at a high level, the turret will wreck you very quickly. There, I just tried to let Wesley get away, but he stopped moving for half a sec, because he thought he was going to go back and try to help me. I think he still gets away, though. What I did is I walked up to Cho'Gath and slowed him, so Wesley could get away, but he paused for half a second. That's when Cho'Gath still saw him and went after him here. And I do think he gets picked off. I'm trying to run down to help him, but I don't think I quite make it. Yep. So unfortunately Wesley gets picked off there, because in this game, if you hesitate like that for even 1 second, or it was way less than 1 second, you're screwed. So you can see I'm using my ult to pick off Cho'Gath, and I use my bite at the end because he was low enough to the point where I just wanted to end him real quick. The rest of their team's coming in. I don't think we engage, because we're pretty low. In fact, I actually don't even think I get away here. Yeah. As soon as that Vi used her ultimate, which she dashes up to you, knocks you in the air, and knocks you back down, I don't think you're stunned after that. You might be slowed. I really have no idea. You might not anything happen, but it might have just been Ashe that slowed me. As soon as Vi caught me like that, I was slowed by Ashe, and I was just screwed. I didn't have a chance to get away. So it literally happens like that. All it takes is them to get one hit off on you, and you can just be totally screwed. But what's important is blue lights and not as much Rammus. I don't give a shit about Rammus because he's an idiot. Blue light got away, which was important, because blue is worth. The more enemy kills you get in a row, the more gold you're worth when someone kills you. So blue's worth quite a bit of money, and it's better that I die than he did, because I just died, so my worth got reset, so I'm not worth as much anymore. As that first kill, someone got 500 gold, which is the max you can get from an enemy kill, because I'd gotten 5 kills in a row. But after that, if I die again right after that, it's technically not such a big deal. I mean, obviously I don't want to die, but it's not as big of a deal as that first death I had. I mean, obviously I'm not making excuses for dying. Obviously I didn't want to die, but it wasn't as big of a deal as that first death. So you can just see the amount of health I have. What am I up to at this point? I didn't explain my reasoning for building health, I don't think. What items do I have? I have my Warmogs, and I'm building towards a Frozen Mallet, which gives me 700 health. The Warmogs gives 1,000 health, by the way, and increased health regen. And I was working towards getting a Frozen Mallet that gives me 1,000 health, and also does a ton, or it slows enemies. So here you can see Wesley puts a slowdown, blue light's going in. I charge up my Thunder Claws because it leaps to other enemies. And even though I was attacking Vi there, you might have seen the lightning leaping across the screen to, I think it was Cho'Gath. So Cho'Gath was taking damage even though I was attacking Vi. Now preferably we'd focus Ashe up there, because she's the one who's fed on their team. You can see she's 6 and 2, and she does the most damage. But she was far enough away up to the point where if I had gone after her, by the time I got to her I would have been almost dead, so there wasn't really a point to me going to attack her. And here I do believe I get away thanks to my slow I had and my passive. But Wesley gets screwed again. Now blue's coming down, since I know he's blue light and he just is ridiculous. No, stop going with them. I don't care about them right now. I went to go in, but then obviously Cho'Gath started chasing Rammus, so I go to help Rammus. I had no idea Cho'Gath had turned around at that point. So he turns around, blue's dealing with him. I don't even think I catch up in time enough to help. There I use my speed up, but it's still not quite enough. And the recharge is too long. To here, it's still 3 seconds left to get it again, so I believe blue picks him up before I even get there. We're not going to get to see it, though. Oh, no. Blue gets the kill anyway, but he did this weird thing where he just, like, went invulnerable for, like, a second. I don't really know what that was. Again, I'm still pretty new to this game. Although for a new player, I consider myself at least decent, because a lot of times I end up playing with, Celtic is at least is one person who I play with quite a bit, and been playing this game, has played this game a lot in the past, so I get matched with people who are way better than me, so I've kind of just had to suck it up and learn the game really quick. So even though Blue Light has a lot of wins, so we get paired with pretty hard people. Wesley's a pretty low level, along with me. So we got paired with not as good players as I was playing with the past couple days, in which I was not doing so well, but we can shh about that. That's when I just first bought Voli-RAWR, so I was still getting used to him, and I was just not playing well. So we got paired with not so great people this game. I'll go ahead and admit that. They weren't that great, but then again, our Rammus sucked and our Vayne kind of sucked too, so I guess it was kind of even. But like I was saying, so when I play against people that are like the same level as me, I tend to do really well against them, just because I'm used to playing with like level 30s, which is the max level, the summoner level you can have, whereas I think I'm 18 right now at the time we're recording this. So we're near their turret. They have a pretty easy escape back into their base, or close to the base. Here I'm just trying to make sure the damage is taken away, isn't hitting anyone else. Here you can see my lightning jumping to Ashe there. Even though no one was directly attacking her, she's taking tons of damage from my lightning. I'm not even hitting her, but she's almost dead. And I think Ashe and Voli-RAWR get away from that, unfortunately. Voli-RAWR's passive gets activated. Rammus probably goes up and dies because he's Rammus and he sucks. The champion doesn't actually suck, the player just sucks in this case. And his name was supposed to be "What are you doing?" but he couldn't even fit it, so he just looks stupid. Wesley's throws to slow down for some reason. I think it does damage too, is probably his thinking with that. Here, this turret gets taken out. At this point, I'm pinging this turret because we need to take that mid turret. It's the reason that it's hard to win fights in mid for us, because they can just retreat behind it and then it's hard to attack them. So I'm telling everyone, I'm like, hey, we need to take this turret out. So I'm trying to push up the minion wave, but my team's not really coming to help yet. There, I was in voice chat with Wesley, so I'm like, Wesley, get over here. I haven't gone back in quite a while. I don't know how much gold I have. I think I can actually check it. No, I can't. Wait. Oh, this. Yeah, so I have a spare 1,500 gold right now, so I can probably buy the Frozen Mallet almost. No, I can at this point, I think. But I haven't gone back, so I don't have it yet. You have to go back to base to buy items. And the longer you stay in the lane, the more gold you're going to end up with in the end, because you spend less time walking back and forth, or retreating with you press the letter B and you go back to base in 8 seconds. And then you have to walk back, of course. So the less time you spend back there, the more gold you're going to end up with, but obviously you need to go back every once in a while to pick up new items so you can actually keep up. There you can see I purchased the Frozen Mallet in chat. I believe the next item I go with, normally I would buy an Aegis, or is anything it's pronounced Aegis, an Aegis of the Legion, which would go into a Runic Bulwark, which pretty much gives me armor, health, and magic resist, and gives magic resist, health regen, and armor to all of my teammates around me, so it's a really powerful item. But at this point, our squishies are squishy to the point where I can't even help them. Blue Light's got plenty of defense, and I'm probably one of the main damage people, so I decide to build a more offensive item. If we have a lot of people who do a lot of damage, at this point I'd normally build a more health, armor, magic resist oriented item. But again, because I was doing quite a bit of damage for our team, and there's nothing, I couldn't really help them anyway, I figured I should take the more damage roll and buy it's a static shiv. It gives me attack speed and I think some attack damage, but the most important thing is attack speed, because Voli-RAWR is attack speed is one of his important stats, because he automatically gets that bonus attack speed from Frenzy. If you build attack speed, it's very easy to attack very quickly. So I build that. I forget exactly what it does. I wonder if I can go click on the shop. It'd be pretty cool. I cannot. So let the directed camera come up here. Wait. Blue Light brought a Trinity Force. Trinity Force is the most expensive item in the game, and you can see why. Actually, I think someone on our team bought a static ship. I can check out the stats. Where is it? Oh, the enemy team bought one. 48 attack speed, 6 movement speed is really important for Voli-RAWR too, because he has that dash, and it lets him catch up to enemies pretty easily. So movement speed is nice, and critical strike gives you more damage. Plus, it has this weird lightning thing, kind of like my ultimate, but it recharges very quickly, and it doesn't do that much damage. But a nice added bonus, mostly for taking out minions. So here we've gotten their first turret a while ago, and now we need to get their second mid turret down, and from there on out it's pretty hard for them to keep up with us. Ashe just using an ability that fires off just a sight arrow, and wherever it hits she gets sight. I think she can shoot it anywhere on the map. So she was just checking out where blue light was, and she guessed right, I think. I don't really remember. There he's engaging, up there he's engaging the Voli-RAWR. The entire team sees him, and several of them go after her, or go after him. Sorry, blue light, I just called you a girl. So I go over to help him, and I stop them in their tracks, which is kind of my job. And then they're just screwed, because blue light is blue light. I'm going to work with my my ultimate, just hurting all the enemy champions. And then here, Cho'Gath and Katarina appear with full health, so I don't really have a choice but to retreat, and I flash into the Baron area. But I was bleeding, or some damage over time effect was on me. I don't know exactly what one, and I do end up dying just from that, unfortunately. Otherwise I would have gotten away, which is too bad. Vayne ends up picking up a kill on Cho'Gath here. It's a nice sound, Cho'Gath. Very well done. Wesley should really go back to base right now. There you go. Yay, Wesley. So it's a really close match here, 25 to 23, and I'm not going to take all the credit here, obviously blue light's pretty much doing 80% of the damage for our team. But a large part of pretty much we're winning because of blue light and I. You can look at the team kills. Vayne's got 3 kills, Wesley's got 2, so he's not, again, for his first time playing this character, it wasn't absolutely terrible. Except when he throws off a random wall like that, and another random ability. And then the Rammus is just terrible. Their team, their Ashe is pretty fed, their Vi is doing pretty well, and the Vi's got pretty good CS, or creeps, or is it called CS? That's just plain minion kills, but I think it's referred to as CS, which has them a lot of gold. I barely have any, because that's not what I do. Even though I probably should get more minions, I just tend to not to. Just because I don't really have a super good way to kill minions, besides activating my ultimate or something. I have the attack speed bonus, but I can still only target 1 minion at a time, and my roar, which is an AoE attack, really doesn't do that much damage, so... While I can kill minions pretty quick, not as quickly as a lot of characters. Here, again, you can see me just absolutely melting because the team was targeting me and Rammus because he's squishy and an idiot, even though he shouldn't be squishy. Because he's supposed to be a tank, but he's not playing it. He's just bad. Let's just leave it at that. So you saw how much damage they did to me in that short period, but what it did is it enabled my team to get enough damage on the enemies, so by the time I had to back out, we could pick them all off, and in my passive activated, I got most of my health back, and I ended up picking up a kill too. So you can see how that works pretty well. Now, a counter to that, and you run into this a lot. I got like 2 games in a row of this happening with Celtic. We just ran into these teams that had like no set tanky characters. All of them were damage characters, and I just got melted in no time, and our team just got wrecked in every single team fight. And also in those games, it was pretty much Celtic doing as much damage as he could, which was limited because he wasn't fed because the rest of our team sucked, and me trying to be the only tank on our team, which also didn't work out so well because, again, they had all damage and I just couldn't do much. So there, Cat picks me up, picks off Wesley. I think it was Rammus too. Was it Rammus? Yeah, it was Rammus. So she just got triple kill, which is not fun. Looking back on that would have been a good time for Wesley to get away while Cat was focused on me, but I didn't say hey, I'm trying to help you escape here or anything, and I didn't even really think about it at the time. So here you can see we took out their inhibitor, and what that does is lets us spawn super minions, and super minions are just minions. You can see one there in the back that have tons of health and do tons of damage. Like they have more health than some of the champions. So pretty much once you get an inhib, they have to spend a lot of time just freaking killing the super minions, and it puts a lot of pressure on their base, so they end up having to turtle in their base. And that's when you start getting inhibitors. Is normally what a team will do if it's really close, is they'll go around while the enemy team is dead and not even focus on the nexus. What you have to do is kill the nexus to win, and they'll actually go around killing all the inhibitors so that the enemy team has to just constantly be killing these super minions. Even though we're pretty close in kills here, we didn't even bother with that in this game because we were winning every team fight. So we didn't even need. We knew we had the game at this point. They just were not winning any team fights. Even that cat triple, I mean, whatever, it doesn't really matter. We're just going to kill her next time and get more gold for it. So the Voli-RAWR and Vi laying in wait there. They run away because they know they're screwed. Here, going into their base, they don't have a turret to defend right there. Blue Light using his speed picks up Ashe in no time. You can see how squishy she is. Crazy thing about Blue Light is he's another one of those characters that can build tanky, especially because he's so fed right now. He can build tanky and still kill everything. So Blue shows up, easily pick off, what was that, Voli-RAWR there, and I think it was Cat. And here we pick off the Cho'Gath, and at that point, game's pretty much over. Only person alive is their Katarina. Oh no, we didn't kill Cat. It must have been Ashe. Maybe it was Vi. I don't know. It was Vi. Yeah, it was Vi. Their Ashe was already dead from Blue Light. So here, even though we're all pretty low health, we're just sticking around. We know the game's over at this point. Their team gets aced by Blue. We go in, take out their turrets, and kill the Nexus. So I hope I did a decent job commentating this. Again, I need to work on that because this is my first time ever trying to talk about this game. I hope it wasn't too confusing for people who've never played the game. I know I was confused the first time I tried to play it, and I'd already watched a couple videos on it. So that was kind of interesting. What the heck? Well, that was spazzy. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Wow, that 42 minutes went pretty quick. I didn't feel like 42 minutes at all. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed First League of Legends video. Tell me if you want to see more of this if you're still watching, which I doubt you are, because 40 minutes is a long time to watch someone who has no idea what they're talking about talk about a game that you also probably have no idea what's happening. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you think I did decent. I think that I did decent. I haven't had a good game in a while because I'm trying out this new character, like I said, and I don't know. Recently, I've just not been with it in this game. I've just been playing bad, besides the fact that it's a new character. So I'll probably put up a few more of these if no one says anything. If people like it, obviously I'll put up more. If people don't like it, I'll probably stop. And no, saying I don't like it won't make me post more Minecraft. I'm taking kind of a break from Minecraft and videos in general because I just did it consistently for so long. And then I've just been having fun playing video games and I have to worry about the whole, hey, also make sure that it's good enough to be put in a video. I've just been having fun playing. But soon I'll get back into video making. I just, I need to have inspiration, which I don't at the current. So hopefully that'll happen soon. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time, and bye. Thanks for watching.